Hi there again, everybody. Boyd here with you, and welcome to the finale of our Duel truck build. We've been working on this one for the last couple of weeks, and I finally got everything finished up. I think I'm happy. I've been adding little details and putting little things on here and there, but I'm just about here at the end, guys, so I figured I'd show you how everything turned out. We've got the model mounted on a base now, and I'll talk about that one in just a second here, but we've gone back since the last video and added all the small fine detail on the model now, the mirrors. I scratch built that little push bumper I talked about on the front because that's an important detail. That was this driver's weapon of choice for ramming his victims off the road, so we had to have that detail there. We've got our little license plates, the exact same ones that were used in the movie, and my printer does a fairly good job of printing, but it doesn't print the best at really small details, so they look pretty good, but they could have been a little bit better. That's the only thing I would say that I maybe not 100% happy with, but just from the general eye, I think they look pretty good. And then you can see all the modifications we did on the tractor itself, which we used our aftermarket conversion kit to convert this truck from a Peterbilt 359 into an earlier Peterbilt 281 needle nose. And the kit came from American Industrial Truck Models, and then we did all that work on the video we showed, where we showed opening up the slats in the radiator grill there, and I'm really happy we did that. It adds a lot of detail to this, and this was a curbside, so we had to do some work here to get it so we can open up our hood, but I'm glad I did that as well. We did a lot of work on that engine. There were over 30 or 40 parts on that engine alone, and we grunged it all up and did a lot of detail there, so I definitely wanted to be able to show that, and so that little extra effort we put in was worth it as well. And you can see we've got all the little things like the mirrors, and we've got the air cleaner boxes all put on here now. It's yellow on this side. It was powered by a Caterpillar engine. There's some quick glimpses of that in the film, and you do see it there. We've got our modified smokestack that I talked about. We lengthened that using some copper tubing or brass tubing, and we've got our steps, and we've got all our little lights on it here and there. We added this little mirror up on the top. If you look on the film, he has that mirror there. That's actually used to look at the smokestack. People were wondering what that was for. Truck drivers in the old days that were driving over mountainous terrain and things like that, they would adjust the fuel mixture, and they would use a mirror to look up at the smokestack and tell how much black or how lean or rich the fuel mix was. So he had that in the film, so we put it there. And then you could see on the top there, the horn, we even dented that. If you look in the film, that horn is definitely dented, and the dent moves around too. It's sometimes on the bottom, sometimes on the side. So we copied that. The mirrors are different from side to side. The one on the driver's side is painted green, like a dull green, and it's slightly different shaped than the other one, so we did that detail as well. And like I said, just having a lot of fun going around looking at all those little things and trying to replicate it. We did the handles that I talked about there up at the front, the handles on the cab that we had to do extra. An interesting detail that I'll show you guys here that I came up with is I wanted to be able to separate the trailer from the tractor, but I wanted to have these air lines on here for our air brakes on the trailer. And what I came up with is I glued a little magnet on the bottom side of the trailer here. You can't see it, it's a tiny little magnet. And I've got this little wire loop that I made for my tubing here. And so this will just go stick right up in there. It stays on there nice and solid. And it actually allows the trailer to pivot a little bit without the wire or the hoses getting all kinked up. So that worked out pretty slick. And so I like that idea. And then we went, I'll just take you down the side here and show you the work that we did to get all the patina. There's layers and layers and layers of weathering on this vehicle. I was really amazed when I got to see the high resolution pictures of this vehicle from the film, now that it's been released on Blu-ray, at really how much detail and patina were on this. I mean, they really did an outstanding job changing a truck that was basically in good condition to making it look like an old, really worn out truck that's seen several hard miles on the road, but it just looks great, and it adds to the overall, visual that we're trying to get of an industrial, prehistoric, kind of monster-looking, industrial dinosaur truck. And that worked out really great. Now, you can see we added our flammable decals here as well that I was talking about. I had to make those myself. I couldn't find them anywhere. And we've got the jack stand there on the bottom of the trailer like it's supposed to be. I'll swing around the back here and show you the big decal that I had to do in the back. I had to cut those up by hand and put those on. They came out great, and we got our patina looking on the back pretty much like it did in the movie. That's the view that Dennis Weaver had most of the time of the truck. He just wouldn't let him pass, so that's pretty cool. Now the base here, guys, is it's another one of those shadow boxes that we use like on our Mad Max Interceptor, and it worked out great. It's a little bit longer, a narrower version of it, and I did the same thing with our Big Dog soundboard, and I put sounds in this. So I'm going to wrap this video up, guys, by playing those sounds and just doing a little kind of pan around on it as it's playing. So I hope you enjoyed the build series. We had a great time. Thanks for all the comments. We really appreciate it. The support we got going through this and the help, like usual. And I'm glad you guys seem to be liking this one. I had a lot of fun. I've always wanted to have this model in this scale, and it was worth the work. So let's wrap this up by playing some Duel sounds for you Duel fans out there. And until we see you next time, guys, take care and happy modeling, everyone.